Hi guys, Arthur here from Homeowner DIY. Guys, this is your quick tip of the week. So what you see here is a sewer, that's this pipe here, and then the perimeter drain that goes under it. Well, this was done by a contractor by the city. This used to be a septic system, and then they said this house now needs to be hard pipe with a sewer back to the street. Well, what this contractor did was they broke this big hole here, and then they spray foamed it, but they never actually filled anything here. So spray foam is your waterproofing, which is not going to do anything. So you see a section of perimeter drain that is missing. Well, what we think happened was they hit the pipe, they crushed it, because that's it there, and they left it. So the complaint was that there was moisture getting into the basement. So this is a 1 foot section of pipe. There's the line right there, and then you have another section, so on and so forth. So this is the old style where they used to just butt up pipe together like this, and this was your perimeter drain. So what the plan is going to be is we're going to take out this left side here, put in a new piece of pipe, and that should fix this issue. Also, grade now is a question, if there's proper grade on this or if they've pushed this down. But this is the one piece that was smashed. This one has a hairline crack, but with this big rock over here, removing it is not really practical. All right, this is our materials list. So I've pre-cut a couple pieces of particle board or whatever this is. This is going to be my form. I have drilled holes in the bottom of this pipe, so when you look at it, this is the way the pipe will be. So the holes will be at the bottom, so the water will come through and it'll channel down the middle. This is my makeshift perforated pipe. I have 3 bags of concrete and then some gravel. This is what I need for material on this job. So what we'll do now is a tools list. All right, this is a tools list. So I've got a wheelbarrow, big shovel, a hoe, a small shovel, drill with a 1/2 inch drill bit, small sawzall, and then a garden hose. This is what I need for tools on this job, so let's get started. All right, so I have a 2 foot level that is spanning the missing section. So we can see with the bubble, it's grading this way, and that's what we want to see. So the one section that was crushed, I believe that was back grading because it got pushed down, or you had a belly in the pipe. But now that it's been removed, it's a good thing that everything's grading properly, because this will be a lot easier for a fix to be made. Okay, so this piece of pipe needs to be removed. I've already measured from the end there to the other end. It's 27.5. These pieces are 13.5 inches. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the pipe out, dig this down a little bit to have a bed of gravel, and then I'm going to put the new pipe in. Now for the new pipe, it's going to be the same thing as this system, where the pipe is only going to be butted up against the next length. The reason is there's no room to get any type of rubber fitting. I don't even know if they have them here, because this is Europe and they have different materials than what they have back home. But what I'm going to do is we'll pull this out and we'll come back once I've put the gravel in and the replacement piece of pipe. All right, so I put the gravel in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the form in here. All this other gravel that's on the outside of the form, I'm going to toss back up on top, so you can see how the pipe is exposed, because it's a little bit short of the gravel. I've also put it in on the back side and I've compacted it. What you want here is gravel to be all the way around the pipe. That's going to allow water to get in, and it's going to keep the holes from getting plugged up with soil. Now, a problem here is, because this system has gaps like this, roots can get inside. But this is an older system, so we're just going to do our best to prevent the roots from getting inside the pipe. But once again, roots can get anywhere around this house, because it's the same system of everything being buttered up together. But what I'll do now is I'll put in the form, the bottom half. I'll backfill, and when I'm ready for concrete, we'll come back. All right, so I've backfilled the back side up to the top of my form. Now guys, I want to be very clear about this. This is not the way I want to do this, but I don't have a choice because this concrete will take 3 days to cure to the point where the form would be removable. So if I could, what I'd do is I'd put the form, I'd put a piece of plywood over here, a couple 2x4s to hold it in place, pour my concrete, and then 3 days later I'd remove the form, and then I'd put a foundation wrap around this. But since I'm not going to be here, I'm not going to be able to do that. So with the backfilling here, I poured in the dirt, I soaked it, and then I jumped up and down on it to try to compress it the best I can. Poured more dirt, soaked it, compressed it, and I kept doing the same thing until I got to the very top here. So what we'll do now is we're going to pour our concrete. All right, so I've poured my concrete. Be sure to stab to get all the air out of it. Both sides, make sure that there's concrete all the way underneath. One thing I forgot to mention is always make sure that you soak the concrete here. I would say do it a couple times, maybe at 15-minute intervals, just to make sure the concrete is nice and damp, so the new concrete here will stick to the old one. So I've done half the form, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the other half of the form in and rinse and repeat. I'm going to fill all of this up, and when I'm ready to pour concrete, we'll come back. Alright, so this is done now. I can't backfill really anymore until the concrete cures. I'll throw in a couple extra wheelbarrows, but this is done. I've beveled the top. I'll probably come back a little bit later in a couple hours and smooth it out a little bit more because the concrete is still way too wet to form nicely. Anyways guys, this is a quick, simple way to address a problem like this. It's not the ideal way to fix it, but if you have a lack of resources, time, or anything else, I mean, this is a lot better than what was here before. Guys, that is your quick tip of the week.